Alrighty, folks, we're back on the Mana Symbol channel playing a little bit more modern. This one is Eldrazi Naya coming from expert brewer Lawson Zandi, who took it all the way to the top four of a modern showdown, modern challenge thing, modern qualifier, something like that, super qualifier, I believe. So I've played a little bit of this deck before. This is different than a lot of the other Eldrazi decks in a few fundamental ways. One of the big cards that we're playing here is Malevolent Rumble. For 1 in the green, you look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. You create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn with sacrifice this creature, add 1. So this is super powerful with Emrakul, the Promised End, because this is reduced by 1 for each card type among cards in your graveyard. This deck features kindred cards, instants, artifacts, sorceries, enchantments, lands, obviously. We've got a good number of creatures. This actual version of the deck, compared to some of the other ones I've seen, is not playing any copies in the main deck or sideboard of Devour of Destinies. Playing Ugin's Labyrinth with Worldbreaker and Emrakul. This deck does have a slightly lower number of imprints for Ugin's Labyrinth, but there's so much acceleration in it that it's generally just kind of able to get done what it's trying to do. Also, you don't need to play Ugin's Labyrinth on 1, so you have time to use Ancient Stirrings or Malevolent Rumble to find something to imprint on it. We've also got 2 copies of Kozilek's Return in the main deck, 2 in the sideboard. Just kind of a main deck thing against Boros Energy specifically, or any creature decks. We've also got some Talisman of Impulses, obviously the super powerful Kozilek's Command, and some One Rings, Sowing Mycospawn, and 4 copies of Worldbreaker in the main deck here. So, pretty interesting construction, kind of similar to the last deck we played post board when you want to take out your Through the Breaches. Anyway, which is, I guess, not in most cases. In the sideboard, we've got 4 Containment Priests and a Plains. So this is sideboard against Gorios and potentially a few other decks. Not too many of them. The new Black Zombie deck, it does hit. 4 Force of Vigor, not exactly sure what that's for, and then 4 Blood Moon. So we got a reasonable setup against the Mirror if we run into that. So let's rock and rumble. How long was the flight back to Canada? I took a 3-hour flight from Buenos Aires to Santiago de Chile, then an 8.5-hour flight from Santiago de Chile to Miami, and then a 3-hour flight from Miami to Toronto. So total time in the air was 14 hours with a 4-hour layover and a 2-hour layover. So Miami to Toronto was 3 hours. Yep. Yes, it was. It's almost the maximum distance you can go from like the southern part of the States to the border of Canada. It's 3 hours. It's 1,800 miles, give or take. I'm just freeballing that number, just freeballing it. But I think that's about right. Oh yeah, east to west is fine. I mean, east to west is, that's the long way. I've done that a few times. It's a pretty weak opening on the draw. We can do better. It's not great, but I think this is a keeper. We're going to bottom a forest. Imagine being in 1700, getting from Miami to Toronto was a death sentence. I mean, just being in Miami was a death sentence, right? I want to say it's 600 plus because multiple times while I was looking at the maps and things, we were able to cover over 600 miles in an hour. I want to say it's closer to 660 a lot of the time, but I'm not an expert. Although I did listen to a lot of episodes of a airline disaster podcast called Black Box Down, which has now ended, but was a great show, and they ended it before it started getting crappy. 0.74 and 0.85 mock. Oh my, wait, it's not a mirror match because they're playing Urza Saga. Interesting. Echoing Deeps. Okay, they're doing stuff over there. That's cool. So am I supposed to Kozilek's command their Eldrazi spawn? Probably. Yeah, I know that fuel efficiency is definitely a big thing. Also, Jen and I, a huge. Oh, okay, it's amulet. Got it. A huge part of the whole thing is that if they go faster than they're intended to, they can start having a lot of problems. Commercial airliners that go Mach 1 will suffer a lot of damage. Why do I look so different? I mean, I'm wearing a different sweater. I've also got a bunch of facial hair. Freedy? I don't know when the last time you tuned in was, but I hope it's a good different. Okay. So no. Oh, they can construct token. God, it's been a while since I've played against Omelet. Oof, I'm not looking forward to this. But we've got Blood Moon's post board, so we're gonna be in a good spot there. Show me the. Yeah, that guy. This is why I have Force of Vigor. I guess so. Interesting. Oh boy. God, we are super ultra mega dead here. I mean, I can One Ring. I'm assuming they can get around that and just kill me. I'm assuming. I have no idea. Forest. No. World Breaker. Probably not good enough. Two One Rings is kind of something. I'm assuming if it's possible for Amulet to beat me from this point, that my opponent will be able to do it. They're going to have triple Amulet if they want. So they have access to 8 mana. Yeah, boy, do we have a lot of sideboard for this matchup. No, you can't, because they don't have the color that is. Oh, this could be good. Okay. Yeah, they're not colored. This is devoid. It has no color. This is devoid. It has no color. So that exists. That's true in all zones. So. Oh, right. Dryad lets them play another land. Okay, well. So we're definitely keeping the World Breakers for game 2. Some mechanics aren't all zones. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have at least 8, right? Plus the 12 forces. No, we've got it. No. Once you bring the forces, you have 16. It's definitely not a huge number, but I think it's enough. It's the minimum. Yeah, but that's fine. Because we don't always need it pitched, right? Like we can accelerate and just cast one in some games. Mirror pool. Okay. Yeah. 12 to 14 plus the 4 cup. Well, so 12 is, I mean, we're at 12. I don't know. Does anyone want to sit through this, or are we just going to assume they can kill me on my upkeep? Like we do have a lot of basics, so if they try to Boseiju me out of this game, that's not going to work. I don't know if anyone cares to make them play this all out. It's a slow deck. Yeah, but are we really playing for clock? We're not, right? Come on. I don't think we're playing for clock, man. The opponent is a definitely not the fastest Titan player though. So I mean, if we want to play for clock, we definitely can. Okay, the T West. Oh, for those who haven't seen it, I have a tweet, and if you go and respond to that tweet correctly, you are eligible to win some play points. And I'm assuming most people are not going to get that, so we're probably gonna hit a thing of hit a situation of nobody winning the play points from that, but people should check out tweet. Does this work? Yeah. Okay, they got the Cultivated Colossus. They can draw their whole deck. I don't know what they're doing here. Like, I mean, I guess they're trying to make sure it's going to be lethal next turn. Be really fun if I could all dust. Killed all their Titans. No, that's fair, Carrion Lich. If you can't use social media, feel free to just PM me here if you have the right answer. Still have not gotten to my turn. So many legendary now in set. Are you talking about like in each set that gets released? Yeah, it's definitely a lot of legendary cards. So that they don't have to make commander products so much. Oh, they besieged me. Oh, I missed a thing I gotta do. They're gonna find out how many freaking basics we have, which is a lot. It would be funny if somehow we won this. Like, it's possible we could through the breach with Annihilator 15. So man, they're just trying to play their whole deck, huh? I mean, you do you, opponent. Malevolent Rumble. They're rumbling in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so Annihilator 15 would get their whole board. Oh, wait, we're not playing that deck anymore. I don't think we can do that. I don't think I can do that in a deck that's not playing Kozilek or Through the Breach. Okay. Not what I was looking to draw. Enjoy my blessed perfection, opponent. I can't. They must be on, let's say, heavy tilt here. But because they Boseju'd me, I won't be able to All Is Dust unless I chain draw some One Rings, which is certainly possible. Oh boy, here they go again. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 9 shots at another One Ring. Yeah, it definitely seems like we could do it. I don't know what happens after that, but I mean, woohoo! Not good. No, that's okay. They called you slow. Oh, missed my One Ring draw. That was a mistake. We'll double check. I got distracted by The Simpsons, but that's how she goes. Sometimes you play Magic and get distracted by The Simpsons. I'll check when we miss. Yeah, we missed. Okay, we're dead. Yeah. That's fine. So we would have had 2 extra draws. No One Ring. No, only Classic Simpsons. We are a Classic Simpsons only stream. Gosh bless it. Okay. So the question is, what cards are the worst here? I suppose Ancient Stirrings is not super important here. And then but cutting Ancient Stirrings is cutting green cards. Oof. This is an awkward sideboard. I suppose it's probably Talisman of Impulse, and then after that, one each of One Ring and Sowing Mycospawn. Yeah, you can do that, Shauna. That's a very legal play. I think that's the way to go. It is possible we're supposed to cut the green cards and just assume we're going to hard cast Force, which is pretty reasonable. Okay. I kind of like this better. We'll see. All right. On the play, we got the Ugin's Labyrinth, we got the Emrakul. Yeah, let's go. No hate here, but we'll likely draw into it with Malevolent Rumble on 2 and then hammer them on 3. I assume that's going to be good enough. Opponent on a mull to 6. Opponent on a mull to 5. Okay. Definitely in good shape with this hand then. Doesn't that seem like a cop-out? I don't know. Does it? Principal Tanzarian? Excellent. No, it's something very much like that, Jen and I. All right, let's rumble. That's not great. Okay. But I can play World Breaker next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That's really a cheat. Not a bounce land, all right? Guess I grab the wastes in case I Blood Moon. I definitely don't need double anything else. Man, we've had some draws here. Geez. Okay, well, luckily this World Breaker hopefully keeps us in the game for a minute, but boy. Oops. Gotta do the thing. I was spectacularly bad at this. But we're in good shape to draw more World Breakers or the Mycospawn. Really tempted to take down the Saga that's on 1, but I think this is the way to go. So Emrakul currently costs 11. That's not close at all. Oh, that's a very different situation I've found ourselves in. So they might have 3 mana next turn with an amulet into a Dryad. I just got to draw something that isn't mana. I suppose I could draw... Yeah, Ancient Stirrings seems like it would be great here, but I don't have that option, so hey. Okay. They straight up missed their land drop last turn, so hopefully... Ugh, man. Okay, bounce land into Dryad just like I predicted. Gosh, I hope not. Into Malevolent Stirrings, Malevolent Rumble. Okay, Grazer. So now they have 4 mana. Now they can One Ring. Let's see if they got it. I imagine they must. I mean, they're on 0 lands, but sheesh. That also means I can't World Breaker a land, and if I draw the Mycospawn, then it doesn't do anything. Okay, Malevolent Rumble, reveal 4. Dryad, One Ring, Boseiju. Whew. Oh boy. It's a great question, Gemini. Worthy of being asked. Does it say what they chose? Chose Dryad. Okay. So next turn they can play the Dryad unless I draw anything to disrupt them. That could be. Okay. Okay. I mean, I probably don't lose this turn. Like they just play Dryad and then they have access to 2 mana, and then next turn they have access to 4 mana. And theoretically that's gonna be okay. And the One Ring draws me 3 cards here, any of which could be pretty quickly lights out. So yeah, they go Dryad this turn. They have access to an extra 2. Okay. So they're going to play the One Ring next turn, pretty much guaranteed. So I need something. Come on, man. Don't do me like this. Give me something. Okay, that's the something. So what's under Labyrinth? Emrakul, which I'm not close to casting. Although I can do it next turn. But I think I'd rather go Scry and Exile. If I'm going to do that, do I want to play Talisman of Impulse? I don't think so. Wow. They're just off it. This wasn't guaranteed to do anything. I mean, it was going to bury them, but they didn't know that. Okay. So we just need to find a really strong opening hand here. Like that's all there is to it. I think I'm set up well for this. It's possible I could have. This is almost turn 2 Blood Moon, and the question is, can I find a red source? It's not likely. Did they mulligan? They kept their 7. I don't think I can possibly keep this. That's better. It's probably still too slow, though. It doesn't do anything until turn 3. There we go. Okay. So we're just riding on this Force of Vigor. And assuming that it absolutely wrecks them here. Saga is a good sign. That's what we're looking for. That's the moneymaker right there. Okay. So just hoping they don't get to play Magic here. I can go red or green. I'd rather go green because then I could cast the next Force of Vigor that I draw. And 4 mana is enough to play a lot of the really good cards in our deck. Ooh. In a graveyard. That's a tilt. But whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Come on. Give me the good stuff. Show me the Blood Moon. Show me some piece of good business. Bam. Shoot. Oh, Boseiju? They can't Boseiju Forest, right? No. Just the Talisman. So that's good. One of the cards in their hand was a Boseiju that they essentially don't get to use. This does nothing to me. I have so many basics. As a paper-only play. Huh? I don't understand. Boseiju on a basic? Oh, yeah. No, I would have actually remembered that you can't Boseiju basics. Yeah, you can't get waste with Boseiju, I know. Yeah, it's come up actually. Okay. Do they have Bounce Land One Ring? That's the real question here for me. Because that would be tough. They obviously have something they can do because they're tanking on it. They tossed the Boseiju. They must have something. Okay, Shifting Woodland. Okay, they don't. No, they do have Delirium, right? No, they don't. Enchantment Land, Artifact. So 3. Okay. Oh, boy. Now they're going to go... Well, no. If they had Bounce Land, they would have gone Bounce Land Ring. So they don't have that. I don't know what their hand is. It's probably a bunch of... Boy. Come on. Oh, no. They're doing stuff. Please, no. Please, no. Yep. Okay, come on. Blood Moon, still good. Shuts off all their lands at the moment because of timestamps. Oran Reef the Vastwood. Okay. Yeah. And they can Titan next turn? Yeah, absolutely. Or Cultivator Colossus. Gee, that's something. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it's 7. If I draw Malevolent Rumble next turn, I absolutely cannot Emrakul them. Not even close. Come on, just have nothing here. Come on. Sheesh. We target permanent card in your graveyard until end of turn. Okay. They're not there yet on types. But probably they just have a Titan or Cultivator Colossus here. I'm at 20, so one really? It's Colossus? Oh. Oh, how unlucky am I going to be here? Okay, I'm off it. I don't need to see any of this. Ah, what a draw. We had a great opening there, even on the mull to 5, but... And then we were going to find the One Ring, but... Yeah. I mean, this deck certainly wasn't built with Titan in mind, although I feel like we have a good enough sideboard. It just didn't come together properly. Right. In the dark, sure. Or on the play, in the dark. No Yagantha. Lots of options on the opponent's side. Oh no. Oh no. Well, could have been worse. Thinking Ponza. I definitely was thinking about like building some kind of prison or blood moon Ponza deck, but I mean we are gonna hit their lands, or at least I'm planning on it. Swamp Misty Rainforest, what the hell? Okay. What do we got? Okay, not great. I think I'm gonna wait to kick this thing. I probably should just play the forest there, huh? Yeah. Pretty well, Big Bobby. Pretty well. Yeah, this deck has really been having problems with having a lot of air in it. Not having Devourer of Destinies has definitely been something. I don't know exactly what, but oh, that's something. The okay. Well, and we're not playing all as dust either. Woof. Losing our Kozilek's command is really feeling. Oh, well, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah. But that's fine. We're putting them on one land here. Can we ever beat a Bowmaster? What are you talking about? Okay. Wait, that's fine. That's totally fine. It doesn't matter where I put this because we're going to shuffle, but I'll put it on top. just to assert my dominance. Grab Eldrazi Temple. Kozilek's return is gonna wreck their whole board. It won't kill the Psychic Frog because in theory they're gonna discard their whole hand to it, but Bowmaster's not gonna be a problem. They're gonna have to discard their whole hand to the frog, and then we just gotta find it out to frog, which we don't have a lot of, but I'm assuming we'll find one, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can rumble first. Let's see what happens. Although I guess then I lose the token. I need this Emrakul though for the turn after. Or I can One Ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 card types, but it's gonna go up. Yeah, we want the Emrakul here. Six, 7. If I want to sack the Eldrazi spawn, I can hide the Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's the play, so that it doesn't get discarded. Wait, can I play the Emrakul now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 card types. Yeah, I can. Yeah. That's. I'm glad I checked. And they can't drown this, and they can't counterspell. They could have subtlety. That would be the worst case scenario for me. I choose them. Oh, the game ended. Weird. Okay, let's play Kozilek's Return. I don't think I want to play any Blood Moons here. Aww, so cute. Just wrecking nerd. Opponent says Cancer. That's not very nice. I want the World Breakers for the imprint though. Maybe we'll just trim a Talisman and not a Sprawl, Stirrings. Well, they're not playing Grixis even, right? They're playing blue-black, I assume. Most people are playing blue-black Frog, I think. I don't think most people are playing Grixis. I don't imagine this is good enough. But no, we can do better. There we go. Oof. I mean, we still get to play. We've been doing some winning. We went 4-1 in the last league, losing our first match, and we might be on the same path this time. Come on, give me a big one. Give me a chunky. That's no chunky. That's no chunky boy. Rumble. We're rumbling on in. Spelfner. How you doing, Mike? Hope the world's treating you well wherever you're at. Oh, okay. This looks like they're not going to counter it. Looks like. I have no idea. It's possible. Bowmaster's in the graveyard. That's interesting. Force! A sober, which is bad. Oh, buddy. Gotta work on that. Come on now. Nothing. No plays. Wow, they really... I don't know what they were doing there, but that's fine by me. Okay. Mycospawn. I would like a land. Oh, why, Kaya? I mean, not that you need to explain yourself to me. I'm just curious. Oh, the consign. Oh, also for those interested, Kozilek's Return requires you to play a colorless creature, or sorry, an Eldrazi creature spell with mana value 7 or greater. The other one, Ugin's Binding, Ugin's Banishment, whatever it's called, the blue one, it's just a colorless spell with 7 or more, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's cool that they're different. Oh, no Roll Tide, at least not yet. Come on, let's see a frog. Just play a frog. Ah, break the ice. Ah. Okay, great draw. We're getting hammered here, Jesus. Okay. I mean, there's nothing you can... I mean, it's not as bad for this deck as the previous one, and honestly, Break the Ice is just one of those cards that you have to... You just gotta grit your teeth and bear it when it comes up. Because we are playing a very strong deck, and... Oh, that's great. Top? Yeah, top. Good. Go, Reap and Sow. Bang, I mean, can you blame him after game 1, Michael? The answer is yes. Good card. Good card. Good card. Yeah. What are they holding on to? A Spell Pierce? Like, what is this? Oh. Ah. That's... Okay. Okay, that's really bad. We might get Delvered, y'all. Although our Sowing Mycospawn is kind of soloing them. I think you're supposed to hold back. They have one card in hand, Kaya. One card, and they hadn't previously played it on some of my other plays. Assuming that they could have done. I don't actually know if they could have. They had one card in hand. I think you're supposed to jam there. I mean, on the attack. You want to give them a card off front. They could just fly it. They don't care. They just fly it. Frog is flying. Okay, that's a really good draw. Yeah, and like right now, what they can do is like I attack with the Mycospawn, and then they're gonna block, and then exile cards to Frog to grow the Murktide. And I cannot exile it. Um, I'm probably supposed to go tokens plus scry here. And just ignore their creatures. Because if I can end up casting an Emrakul, yeah, I was supposed to go one deeper and have one extra token. This card is very tedious to cast. I apologize. Oh man, bottom, top. I guess this kind of makes up for the mistake. I mean, the Psychic Frog kind of needed evasion to have any kind of relevance, I think. Okay, these are not useful. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it would be completely unplayable without evasion. And actually, for a while, I think most people thought it was unplayable. Yeah, they got to get consigned to memory here specifically. So if they have consign, I'm pretty sure they'll win. No, they will win. And if they don't have consign, I will win. They went, I suppose it doesn't really matter. They went bottom. Okay, that's a good sign. Shake your groove thing, yeah. Target you. Let's see it. I think they're typing. I would imagine they're raging, which I'm fine with. Oh, that's terrible for me. Well, here's hoping that I draw what I need here. And by I mean they. Killing the frog for all my tokens isn't worth anything. So just gotta hope that they draw something that I can annihilate them with. Gosh, that's so frustrating. They discarded the subtlety in their hand, as if I could do anything with it. Killing the frog also gives us one less potential out. Does it? I don't know if that's true. Well, we lost. I mean, I suppose I can look at their deck. Killing the frog. We hit ourselves to draw a card. Oh, I should have done that. I can never ever check and find out. Well, we can get a Scryland and pretend. No, we can't. There is no Scryland. Okay, so they have Harbingers of the Sea. And break the ice. Okay. No outs. Wait, what? Were there no outs? There were no... I guess go for the throat. They wouldn't be playing post board. I wonder if I'm supposed to play less Kozilek's returns on the play, and what now that I know. I think I'm supposed to do something like this because Kozilek's return is generally not great against them. It deals with Bowmaster, but I guess we're not playing All Is Dust. Sink into Super can't hit their own stuff. That sucks. Yeah, I guess post board it's like not so likely that there's going to be a bunch of outs. This is not a keep. Oh, man. That's... If I top deck a green or red land, we're in business. This hand sucks. They're a Thoughtseize deck. Like, I mean, not Thoughtseize. I think they're playing only Inquisition, but... And they kept their 7. This is brutal. I'm going to keep this in Prey. It's a terrible, terrible hand, and you should not keep this, but I'm feeling a little bit... I don't know, a little bit beat up after last game, and I'm just hoping I get lucky and get a win here. Because I really don't want to mulligan to 5 in this matchup. It seems pretty rough. Post board, they just have so many tools against us. If this is an Inquisition, it's nothing. Okay. Mountain? There's only one in the whole deck. Oof, that's not a mountain. I mean, I did this to myself, but I'm not going to feel bad about it. Like, the way that game went down, and it just... Yeah. Drown in the Lock when they had the last card in hand was the game-winning play. And there really isn't, I don't think, too much else to say about that. Okay. One of the best decks in the metagame, and yeah, I mean, I should have mulliganed more, but it's really difficult to do that confidently against a Thoughtseize deck and then try to keep a hand that works. And they have turn 2 break the ice, so you got to get ahead of that. Like, it's pretty tough. So, looking for a 3-2 now. Good opening. Good opening in the dark. Not playing any Veils in the sideboard definitely hurt us there. But I think this deck was metagame for a tournament where there weren't going to be a lot of the Frog deck. I think. What I like here, Mycospawn? Yeah. Playing against a Mulda 6 from Shoreline. Giver of Runes. Okay. It's probably Dryad combo? Or what is it? Yeah, the Breach deck was sick. And this deck did top 4 a challenge. Like, it's definitely good at what it's doing. It's just we just had some medium draws. If I go for mana here, I'm not going for mana here. No, this deck definitely has some things that it's good at. I would say this deck's probably good in the mirror match or the Eldrazi matchup in a way that most Eldrazi decks aren't. But this version is definitely not tooled against Frog, and I think there's a lot of Frog in the queues. Oh, we have like nothing for... Well, we have the Kozilek's for turn for Boros, which I think I played against before and beat the heck out of. Okay, what's this? Whatever it is, they're very much struggling to play it. Teague. That's insane. That really sucks. Wow. Found like a taxes player. It's a good draw. I want to kick this Sowing Mycospawn and grab one of their lands next turn, so we'll do it this way. And that sets me up to start playing World Breaker. So we'll go that way. So I might not be able to play this Kozilek's command, but hopefully this slew of Eldrazi is just going to kill them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not afraid of Archon right now. Flicker Wisp. That's a tilt. I'm not imprinting anything on that. Oh, could I have put the card back in my hand? I could have. That was untapped. I'm a fool. I wasn't even paying attention to the reality of the situation. I was just thinking that, like, of course, that is just a thing that happened and then it's over. That is not the case. So I could have put the World Breaker back in my hand and had a better situation here, but not much. I think we're fine. Kick it. This will only be a problem if they start playing Knight of the or Ghost of the White Orchids or whatever that card is called. Then I'll get put behind here. Okay, Lush Portico is a good sign. Okay, this is a good sign. Okay. Okay, that's something. So hopefully they don't have an Ephemerate here. That'd be a real tilt. Although not the end of the world, because I still have a World Breaker. And theoretically next turn another World Breaker. Okay, that's good. I don't think there's any world in which going after the Horizon Canopy there is correct, but it's possible. Anyway, here's my Sowing Mycospawn. Go, fungus! Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Solid, dude. Boy, is that not going to kill me. Do they have the Ephemerate, though? They don't. Good. Emrakul currently costs 9. Stoneforge. Okay. Cauldron complete. Yep. Let's draw a red source, shall we? That would be spectacular. Anyone else want to draw a red source? I mean, I know I do, but I'm just... Blam. I'm not playing that this turn. Actually, this could exile a Cauldra? And then this could also get me to the point where I'm playing Emrakul this turn. So this isn't the play. Or get me a red source so that I can wipe them out. It's a wipe. Oh, no. Here we go. Neither of these work for this turn. Man, that's so unfortunate. God, that's so close. Okay. So if we're going to end up doing it next turn anyway, the card that we want is Sprawl or Talisman. Which one of these is better in the matchup? Talisman is a split, but this, it's just a Sprawl. Because it's going on a basic. Oh. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. Okay. Probably jumping with Sowing Mycospawn this turn. I would imagine. Oh God, I put this on green. That's fine. We'll get there. Man, I'm just punting all over the place. I do have 5 card types, so I could. Yeah, we're gonna jump here. I have 5 card types. I could play the Emrakul this turn. I'm assuming there's no point in doing that. I can't imagine that works out for me. Like, I guess if they have an Ephemerate or something, it does. Force the Teague to attack into my Emrakul. And then we'll see. Let's just draw a red so that I'm not punished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this. Let's find a red source. That is a red source. So that's a red source. Any order. Prismatic Vista. Temple. Lab. Like World Breaker. Punting all over the place and still doing pretty okay. They got all sorts of taxes nonsense. What is a funny mountain called? A Montagna. Thank you. I'll be here all week, folks. Hill Arius. Ha. I like it. Okay. 6 card types in my graveyard. Kozilek's return. Just absolutely annihilate my opponent. And then we cast Emrakul anyway. Yeah, it's just a matter of which ones you pick, Shadowless. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know, some of them I can work out, some of them I can't. They got another piece of equipment, huh? What is this? Batter Skull. All right. Sure is going to be a shame when that doesn't do anything. No, 6 card types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually have 1 extra. I'm just looking at the thing that says I have 6 card types, Shadowless. So I don't know what to tell you. No, I have a Kozilek's command. That's Kindred and an instant. Okay. Kozilek's return. That's probably it. I mean, obviously I could play Containment Priest against the Flicker Wisp deck, but that doesn't seem... No, it's a different... Yeah, it was a different card entirely, which is all good. Let's just cut some Ancient Stirrings. Colorless card. Kozilek's return is colorless. Okay. Let's cut Talisman and Kozilek's command against the Gaddock deck. Sure. Let's rock and rumble. Come on in. Okay. Sure, I'll keep this against their relatively slow deck. Sure, I'm going to get slammed by White Orchid Phantoms, or whatever they're called. Blam. Okay. 8 looks at turn 3, 1 ring. I mean, it's never bad. I think I'd take the Ugin's Labyrinth here. Yeah. So this is turn to Malevolent Rumble Talisman. Seems good. Witch Blessed Meadow. Cool. No, I'm teagued. Oh my. So now we go Imprint Emrakul, play Talisman, play Sprawl, play Rumble. I think we're doing some ramping. I'm not sure, but I think we're doing some ramping. Sure. Emrakul into hand, Kozilek's return into graveyard. Seems fine. It is a turn 3 World Breaker. We were casting a turn 3 World Breaker, and it's going to kick a Kozilek's command back out. We could also potentially cast the Emrakul. I mean, we didn't, but we could have. Didn't get a Kozilek's command in the graveyard there. What is this? The White Orchid Phantasm? Yeah, that's what I was worried. Phantom. Yeah. Oh no! Oh, I thought they were short a land. It was completely the opposite. They had a freaking ghost quarter. Jeez, what a hammering. I mean, we should have been fine there. That was just obscene. I mean, that was just an insane freaking ghost quarter. I mean, we have a lot of basics, so we're totally fine, but Jesus Christ. Ugh. Okay, let's draw Mycospawn or something like that. More ramp, I guess, is the draw. Not playing out this Eldrazi Temple this turn unless I have to, and I do not. Can't believe they drew freaking Ghost Quarter. This is only non-basics. It can't... What is this? Am I getting Force of Vigor? Their draw step something freeing me. Surgical my Eldrazi Temples, and I have one in hand. Jesus Christ. That's... yeah, I guess. Wow. They're going to be so upset when I play this Emrakul, but boy, howdy, that's a lot of hate. Yeah, they came today and they chose violence. They really did. Feel snipey? Nah, absolutely not. And even if it is, I don't care. And please, nobody go looking because I don't want to know. Yeah. Hey, at least it makes sense in Mill Blitz. What are they doing? What is this? Like, I mean, it does make some amount of sense. Like, it definitely shuts down some of the Eldrazi decks pretty hard. Important versus Flage? Yeah, I guess so. Taking a long ass time on this surgical. They really... You can think it's snipey all you want, but one, there's no way we can prove that. Unless they're here and they want to admit to it. And two, I'm not going to do anything about it, so who cares? I'm not doing nothing about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so as long as we draw any mana producing land next turn, we're okay. We can cast the World Breaker, which will trigger the Kozilek's return and kill at least 2 of their creatures. Hopefully 3. Hopefully they play out like a Stoneforge or some nonsense here. But honestly, green-white tax is just such an insane thing to be playing right now that if they beat me, it's like, yeah, of course. Like they have a deck that's custom built to... well, they might mess it up, Mike, and they might go for red. I wouldn't necessarily assume that every single person realizes that Kozilek's return damage is colorless. But yeah, 100%. Eat your heart out, Mom. Okay, second giver. This is the window. This is the window where we win. Wow. If I draw a mana producing land, oh, just doesn't quite trigger it. Although I think I get to Emrakul next turn, so maybe we're okay. Can I feel it coming in the air tonight? I sure can. Oh, right. I don't have any Eldrazi temples anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to imprint something here to be able to play the Emrakul next turn. I'm one short of being able to cast Emrakul. I made a mistake. Hopefully we draw a mana producing land. Going on the offensive. That is going to cost them a little bit. This is flying and first strike? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, at least they don't know that. I'll take it. Apparently, they don't realize their white Orchid Phantom has flying, which, honestly, I did not know until just now. I had no clue that creature has flying. That is insanity. On top of everything else, it has flying. For sure, the first strike I knew, because it's got a big old lance. But I would not have guessed in a million years that it also had... Okay. One more time. Hopefully they pull the same play again. And if they do, I might steal this. Otherwise, we're going to game 3. It breaks the reserve list. Thunder Spirit. I don't know what Thunder Spirit is, but okay. Thunder Spirit can't possibly be the same card as White Orchid Phantasm without first strike. Or sorry, without flying. There's no way, right? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, they figured out as flying. Man, boy, doesn't ever sound like they're stream sniping. That's really funny. I wonder if they are. That would be really funny that they're like learning from watching me. What about the unimprinted end of turn? The thing is, that doesn't help me because Emrakul costs... So the problem is... does that kill me? No, it doesn't. So the problem is then I lose 1 mana, so I can't cast the World Breaker, and then if I draw a land, I can't cast Emrakul. Because it puts me down a mana, right? Just any mana producing land, please. Please. Got it. Okay. So first we should attack. See what they do with that. Probably just get 3 damage here. They get to save 2 of their creatures. I assume that's Gaddock Teague and Stoneforge. They put Cauldron Complete into their hand. So are they going to pro colorless? And oh, they're not. Oh, that was a huge. Okay, so they just lost the match. Blocking 2 guys wasn't better than the 3 damage. Explain how. I'm not sure what you're saying because I don't know that I had the potential to block 2 anything. No, but even if they gave protection from colors to 2 of their creatures there, right? Like they choose Gaddock Teague +1, then I attack the Teague or the other creature into my Emrakul, right? And then they're trying to beat an Emrakul, and if they draw Solitude, then I gain 13 life and have a lot more time to do stuff. I don't like once I drew the trigger there, like even if they played that correctly, I don't think they win. I don't think so. It's possible, but it would have taken at least another like 4 or 5 turns. Because like let's say they keep Teague and Stoneforge, I just attack the Stoneforge into my Emrakul, and then they have a Gaddock Teague, 2 lands, and Kaldra Complete in hand. Like that's nothing. So, and I still have the Emrakul. Like it's still gonna kill them very quickly. No. Yes. Am I bottoming Emrakul here? Yeah, I think so. It doesn't change the clock exactly. So I don't really. They were at 11, and Emery attacks for 13. One less creature for them. It doesn't change the clock. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do what you're talking about. I clearly missed a step here, and I'm totally lost. So don't worry about it. I'm sure whatever play that you're suggesting is very smart and handsome and thin, and I just can't see it. Because I'm not seeing people right now. Because I'm attached. I don't know about that, Smoochy Yellow. I don't know about that. Talisman. Good. Steerings. Good. Kozilek's Command? I mean, I'm tempted to take a land here. I probably should take a land here. Yeah. Yeah, Ozaron, I'm gonna need you to like explain it like I'm 5, because I'm not processing any part of what you're saying right now. Okay. Do I think hammering their lands is important in whatever matchup this is? Probably. So let's just go Malevolent Rumble now, and then we'll Mycospawn next turn, and then One Ring the turn after. This is gonna be a pretty cheap Emrakul. Let's grab it now. This is game 1, so they won't have any consigned to memories or anything like that. So we should hammer them here. I'm assuming this is another Psychic Frog pile, but and so we're gonna play around their counter magic. Don't worry about it, Zoran. Thank you. They topped something. Turn 3 Murktide? No, Frog. They're frogging. Does this mean that they have Force of Negation? Because I can One Ring through a Spell Pierce here. And I would imagine that's the play. Hey, how's it going, Dad Confidant? I would imagine One Ring's got to be the play here. But if I Sowing Mycospawn, not only do I hit one of their lands, but I can Emrakul next turn. But then Emrakul's counterable. Let's go ahead and go One Ring through Spell Pierce. And if I got Forced here, I get Forced here. Like, it is what it is. Got it. Cool. They can't Bowmasters right now, so. Wow! Okay. Well. Sure. All right. So this is what I did last time. I don't. Yeah, sometimes you say it is what it is, and your opponent concedes, and that's just. It's just how it be, yo. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a keeper. It's not great, but it's a keep. What the hell? Oh, it's a Tamioing deck. Would I like this One Ring? Yeah, I suppose I would. If you like to put a ring on it. Sometimes you don't think it be how it is, but it do. It do. So I can Kozilek's command this thing out, which is great. Probably what I'm gonna do. Did they miss their land drop? Because if so, I feel like this is gonna be a snap concession. Especially when I go Eldrazi. No, okay. Okay. I would shock to assert dominance there, but that's just me. Because I do not think their life total is going to matter a whole awful heck of a lot in this matchup. Do I need one extra mana? It's certainly going to help me ramp more, but I think I'd prefer the card. No, we should ramp. Because it's going to set me up pretty hot for next turn. Yeah, and there's no way they're forcing. Well, they could force that, but there's no. Yeah, exactly. Land on main phase 2. Like, yeah, exactly. It's. But, I mean, they were going to preordain that turn anyway, right, Dad? Like, I don't. Yeah, I mean, exactly. If I were them, I absolutely would have bolted. I would have taken the 3 damage off the bolt land. Their life total is not going to be that big of a factor in this game. It's just I don't know. People who are too precious about their life total. Like, and I understand that that's like the what is it? The on the bell curve of magic skill is like in the beginning you think your life total is not important at all, and in the end you realize that it's not important at all, but in the middle you actually no, it's more complicated than that. Just like most things in life. All right. Do I need red? Certainly don't need double green. So let's go ahead and grab a forest and play Talisman. And let's rumble in the jungle. Well, I don't have anything to imprint on that Labyrinth, so let's grab Blood Moon. And at least I have something that they will probably feel like is a must counter. Like from now on, they kind of have to keep up counter magic for it. Yeah. But at the same time, Dad Confidant, if you just like are like if you just spew life points, like you'll lose certain games that you shouldn't, because sometimes it's like, oh, you spent that life there and you didn't need to, and now you lost the game because you were at 3 and they bolted you and you could have been at 5. Like it really is it's a deep wisdom, which is why this game is great. Yeah, exactly. And like sometimes you forget about certain decks, like the new, like some of the new mono black variants, like they throw like 2 soul spikes at you in the end game, and it's like, oh boy, I really died, and I thought I had enough. Do I want to go after their land here at the cost of my Eldrazi spawn? I don't think so. Especially if they end up having consign. Okay, that's great. All right, boy, can I cast an Emrakul? Yeah, you're definitely right, Red 7, although I refuse to, because that's... I tried playing Shadow once, and I want to point out... So I tried playing Death Shadow once, and I thought it was going to be a great deck for me. And then I put a Death Shadow into play on turn 2 and in one game, and my opponent went Fatal Push Surgical Extraction, and I lost on the spot, and I realized this deck is not for me. Death Shadow... are you talking about the one that's like a threatened Dead Confidant? Because I don't think so. But yeah, Death Shadow doesn't draw any cards. It's not for me. And then trying to parse out Death Shadow versus Burn is not something I have any interest in. Apparently you have the advantage, but I don't understand it. Yeah, Obligator. I would imagine Obligator. Because I don't think so. I mean, sell me on it. Linebreaker is pretty cool. Linebreaker is a hell of an Eldrazi. Boy, is that not an island or swamp. I don't know what they think they're doing over there, but it's fine by me. Oh, hell yeah. Fleshraker is a hell of a card that I'm interested in doing some brewing with, and we'll see if we can at some point. Fleshraker's got some real potential. Oh no, they're floating mana. If only I had another main phase. Oh wait. Fleshraker definitely has some potential to be in an artifact-based combo deck because it triggers off everything, and that to me is insane. Like Chromatic Sphere and Chromatic Star plus Fleshraker is something I'm super interested in. And I don't know what to do with that information beyond that point, but I'm definitely super interested in. Mycospawn's crazy that it's crazy, because Mycospawn should not be anywhere near as good. Oh, I meant to scry. Oh well, they forced it anyway. Mycospawn seems like it shouldn't be a good card, but boy howdy is it super powerful. Okay, so we're gonna go Blood Moon into Emrakul here, and I imagine that's gonna win the game. Oh no! Everyone, A second Bowmasters. Whatever shall I do? Now the baller move here would be Emrakul into the One Ring and then activate it on their turn while I'm controlling them and having their Bowmasters ping each other. So that's precisely what I'm going to do. Oh, I can't. If I could, I would. If I could, I would. Ah, it's so close. I need one more mana for that. They're off it anyway. Okay. But if I had one more mana there, I would have gone Emrakul to One Ring, pass the turn, activate One Ring, ping your Bowmasters with themselves, have the Orc token attack into Emrakul. Yeah, I want to Lord Cringe. I'm recovering from a crazy travel day, which admittedly was 2 days ago, but I'm definitely going to be done after this league, but we will play it again, I think, because I really liked it. I would also recommend that you never sign up for a league because you feel like the deck is no, I'm at home, Dad Confidant. Never sign up for a league because you're feeling like hype about a 5-0. Um, because even with a great deck that's stacked well against the metagame, like you're not. I mean, unless you're in like a trophy race, there's no reason to do that. And Magic is pretty unforgiving, so you can you're being facetious. I think you just want to see more of the deck, which is fine because it's really sweet. Um, I keep thinking in my life that I would love to do something where um I like load up a spreadsheet and I want to play like 100 leagues in a row of a singular deck. Doesn't have to be exactly the same deck list, but like just like really go deep on something. And I can just never ever bring myself to do it. I don't have it in me. In the dark, we're gonna keep this. Uh, and I don't know what that says about me, if it says anything at all. Sounds like it would get tedious. Yeah, but I feel like that's what like a lot of really great players are all about. Like, yeah, I don't think I ever did on Gyoza. Velomachus, I definitely played a lot of leagues. But like even while I was playing a lot of that deck, I was playing a lot of different stuff too. Like I would play it in challenges and things, but I never went deep. Ooh. What is this? Okay, okay. Did I? No, that's absolutely not true. Shadowless. You might feel like that's true. That's definitely not true. I never played a month of Gyoza. There's no chance. Yeah, I do. I like playing stuff that goes over the top. That's definitely a thing that I enjoy. I've always said that I want to play the deck that goes big. And even when I'm playing control decks, like I want to play the bigger control deck all the time. Um, oh boy, I probably should have blocked there. If they had double hammer, I just died for no reason. Please no. Okay, good. Oh well, I'm so glad, Lord Cringe. Macho Man stuff was a lot of fun. Randy Rootwalla. No, the first month after Freak Brooded, I played back-to-back Creativity. That's definitely true. Oh, that's a great draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 mana. I'm more of a control deck guy, Dad Confidant, and I like decks that have a lot of autonomy. Decks where you get to make a lot of decisions. I'm generally not a fan of combo decks if there's any way that they can be disrupted. Like, that's why I like Creativity, because there's basically no way to disrupt Creativity, and Creativity ends up basically being a ends up being a control deck in the vast majority of cases. Okay, so we get to Emrakul them here, and then we'll see where we end up after that. The Emrakul is going to really mess them up. I wanted to have 3 mana available afterwards. I don't think I can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're only just able to play the Emrakul, so no. Yeah. Well, here's hoping this is good enough. I mean, this is going to really mess them up. So okay. So we go to the Saga trigger. I can float mana if I want to. I don't think that I do. I mean, I don't need to spend it, so we might as well float the mana. I'm assuming with the Saga, we'll just fail to find. Yeah. I could play Stoneforge and fail to find as well. Or play Silent Clear. Oh, I can sack the Silent Clearing and play and leave them with basically no mana. Although, I want to play this hammer in their hand. Do you have to equip it with aid? No, it's a May. So we'll play the hammer and probably play Stoneforge and fail to find. Attach up to 1 target equipment you control that creature. Fudge. I'm going to sack the Silent Clearing that's in Hammer Jolt for just energy isn't bad. No, I think I want to sacrifice the land that's in play. Okay, so this creature is irrelevant. I want to play the hammer and then do nothing with it. Okay, so play the hammer. No. Oh, you have to target and then choose no. No. You can go to combat. No. So if they play Kemba, they get to equip one of these hammers and then they can attack. It's possible the better play... Like, I can play the Silent Clearing and play Stoneforge or Jolt for nothing. The right play might be play Silent Clearing, sack the other Silent Clearing. Because if they don't have mana, they don't get to do anything. I guess they could Jolted Awake their soul, the Guide of Souls, but that's... Actually, maybe the best play here is Jolt nothing. Because then they have 2 mana. They could play Kemba, which doesn't do anything. They could play Stoneforge, which doesn't do anything. Yeah, okay. No. Okay. So, okay. So, worst case scenario, they draw a hammer and I die. I need to not die to my one ring. So that's a whole thing. But I got a few draws. I have another Emrakul that I probably can play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. We'll see. I could have played a Sprawl this turn too. Could I? Yeah, I'm sure I could have. Okay, they play the Silent Clearing, and then what? 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, once again, we found a great deck to play Force of Vigor against. No, we're in game 1, Shadowless. I'm just bad. And it might be super relevant. We'll find out in a second. Full court press. Well, let's get this Ocelot out of here. Okay, no hammers. Good news. Scary attack. I mean, if it's scary, I'm dead, right? Like, there's just no... It just doesn't matter. And I'm essentially dead on the next turn anyway, so... What we're looking to pick up here is a Kozilek's Return and a One Ring. Not super likely. Didn't hit either of those things. I don't think I have enough mana to win this game. Like an Emrakul and play another Emrakul, and that gets me approximately nowhere, and I die to my own One Ring. Yeah, I can Emrakul, it just doesn't matter. I think I have to Kozilek's command for as much as possible here. And I have to find a One Ring and put a Kozilek's command. You can World Break your own One Ring. Yeah, but then I just die to the battlefield. I'm pretty sure what I have to do here is I have to hit an incredibly specific sequence of cards. Playing the Sprawl was free here. I have to find a One Ring, and it has to draw me into Kozilek's Return. Oh no, the One Ring keeps me alive on its own. So let's put Ancient Stirrings on top. Then the One Ring, then the One Ring. Yeah, we're going to change some One Rings for a bit. And actually, Emrakul is going to kill him right quick. So maybe we win? Because they don't have any flyers in hand. They don't have anything with lifelink. They grabbed a hammer with their Stoneforge. That doesn't help them. I think we got him. Yeah, it looks like a dub. Even any kind of blocker isn't good enough. I'm really shocked with how we we managed to pull that off, but I believe that we did. Yeah, and it turns out that the ring, like fog, can they hammer your Emrakul? They don't have anything flying. Like it doesn't matter. And even if they could, I have Kozilek's command, so it also doesn't matter. Okay, looks like they're vulnerable to Blood Moon and Force, but I think I'd rather go Kozilek's Return Force. It loses fly. No. Not with. First of all, they can't equip it. Yeah, but first of all, they can't equip it, and second of all, Sigarda's Aid does not allow you to equip to opponents' things, so they can't equip it, and they can't equip it. Yeah. No, that just doesn't work on any, like essentially any axis. That doesn't work. Yeah, she'd be flamping. Flamplin. You ever just play 61? I absolutely play 61. I've played 61 a lot in my life. A lot. Yeah, the problem is that doesn't like the problem is that doesn't actually hold like logically, but yes, I've played 61 and I always know it's incorrect, but like sometimes you just can't figure out what you're supposed to do, and that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like there are people out there who take Magic very seriously and they're going to tell you you're wrong, and you are, but at the same time, how wrong are you? It's a measure of percentages that is very small, and yeah, I mean it's just people that don't understand how much randomness and skill exists in Magic, and that the difference of the 61st card is almost nothing compared to the difference in like how well you draw and etc. So there's a good chance I'm just supposed to force here. I'm certainly not going to do it on their upkeep while they're untapped, because then they have the white mana to blow me out with that protection spell. And there's a chance I get better Force of Vigor targets. Plus, I can hardcast for. Oh, that's fine. It doesn't have haste, and if they equip it, I can blow up both equipment. Yeah, go for a Dead Confidant. I mean, there have been a large number of colorless aggro decks that have been reasonably successful in the last little while, so check it out. I mean, that's fine, Zilson. Like it is unusual, and it is a way that someone could choose to cheat, is that they would be like, hey, nobody's gonna realize that I sub out a card every match because people are expecting me to play 60, but then if I'm gonna get deck checked, I'll switch to the 61. Like it's 100% a thing that could be. It's 100% a thing that could be. So don't even trip, dog. What am I doing here? One ring? Probably one ring. The other thing about a judge team, and especially if you've got a larger event, and like not too large, but like a reasonable size local event, like let's say a local like PTQ, is that someone on your judge team probably knows the player. And so someone in your judge team probably knows what kind of player they are. So are they just the kind of player who would play 61 cards, or are they the kind of player who would play 61 cards in order to get away with something? Because in my history with Magic, it is very obvious what kind of player you're dealing with. It overwhelmingly, in most cases, you'll know, is it like a 61 player, a 61 card guy who's just a goofball, or is it a 61 card guy who's a scum? This is what now? What the hell? What? Is this just a 3/3? What the? Is this just a 3/3? Is this just a 2-mana 3/3? I thought it was a 2/2. They endured. I don't. I don't. I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm okay with it because next turn I'm going to Kozilek's command and trigger the Kozilek's return. And no, this requires creatures. File for comp. I guess. Oh. Yeah, what? I don't. Does anyone know what happened? I'm going to take a screenshot just so I have it, but like. It just looks like a bug? Yeah, I guess so. Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a bug. That's something else. Okay, there's no reason it should be a 3/3. I didn't think so. I don't, yeah, that. No, I'm not asking the opponent. That's not their responsibility. It's a good draw. Is this dies? Yeah, it's dies. So if I exile the token, I don't get anything. So I'm getting my One Ring back next turn, so I don't feel like I need to Force of Vigor it, so. Okay, bottom, 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 top, top? Sure. It's a lot of Kozilek's commands. Okay, so they didn't have a hammer, or if they did, they're not flunging. Top, bottom? I like top, top. So next turn I'm going to take three apparently. 4, 5, 6. No, because we weren't casting the One Ring there, cringe. Return only triggers on you casting creatures. Or sorry, Eldrazi. Wait, hold on. Eldrazi creature. Hold on. Eldrazi creature. It has to be both. It's incredibly specific. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm actually supposed to do. We go exile and make tokens. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't need to get rid of the creature. Assuming they don't just give it trample right now, which I think they won't do. So this is the best way to go because we'll have the maximum amount of mana and scries, and there's... So then I can just play World Breaker and trigger the Kozilek's return from my graveyard. It's going to wipe them. And I might be able to Force of Vigor as well. Make sure to exile the hammer. That's the plan. Okay. That gets them another quip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I just need to draw one more mana. It wasn't even a 2/2 on the stack. Yeah. Oh, this one's a 2/2. I don't know what this all means, but the World Breaker can exile the Inkmoth Nexus now because we're also going to play Force of Vigor, assuming that I draw a single land. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Generally, not specifically, but this is bad news. It's fine. No, they don't have any red permanents and like do I have to Ancient well, I guess I have a One Ring. If I Ancient Stirrings and I hit a land that taps for 2, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is what I need. Or I can One Ring and Force of Vigor. This is not concerning to me. Wow. Well, I guess I can Force of Vigor plus cast Kozilek's Return. Wow, that was something. Okay, I need red. I don't need green on their turn. Just play a new One Ring. Okay, that's a good draw. 2, 3, 6, 7. So I could play a World Breaker now. I don't think it matters. They're doing K return of Force. I was, but then they got... Wait, I had a reason that I wasn't doing that. I'm sure I had a reason I wasn't doing that. Don't worry about it. They have a counter? Yeah, that's probably what it was. I don't know. So cast this by pitching. I mean, I don't need to do this now, right? Because I have ring protection, and the ultimate here doesn't bother me at all. Okay, that doesn't affect anything. Yeah. So that's fine. Now they can kill the ring? What? Each opponent... I choose the cards. Shadow Spear can remove indestructible. And then how do they kill it? I'm so confused. I'm sure it's my fault. So the K return is not going to kill... Shoot. It's fine. So we take that hammer off. they can't do anything with this creature, so it doesn't matter which one I choose. So we take the hammer. And then on my turn, I just cast the World Breaker, exile a Shadow Spear, trigger the cake, Kozilek's Return, and we're good. I guess I could die to Inkmoth then, but... So I could leave the Shadow Spear and just... Well, hold on. Might as well One Ring here. Oof. Apparently not. Yeah, it's true. I have reach, but I'd rather leave the Shadow Spear in play than the Inkmoth. I have 2 Kozilek's returns. Sick. Trigger 1. Okay, it did kill it. I don't need to trigger the second one. Yeah, but I might as well take it out rather than the Shadow Spear, right? I mean, I don't think I really care about a Shadow Spear at this moment. I think we're going to be fine. Also, the Ajani has a mediocre ultimate, but it, like... Yeah, Shore Leave is definitely a reference to... Wait, what? Shore Leave was someone I played previously. Cigar to Date, okay. I'm on Shore Leave, I am. I also played against someone named Shore League in this league, so that was confusing. All right, we got the 3-2, pulled it out in the latter half of that league. So, and we played against Blue Black Frog, where we're playing. We literally played against no matchups where you want to play Containment Priest or Plains. So, I definitely think you should probably just play like 4 Veil of Summers and something. In leagues, this was a very targeted choice for a challenge. Also, the Blood Moons didn't end up being very good, but that might just be like pilot error. So great deck from the wonderful brewer Lawson Zandi, who is great at building very competitive modern decks, etc. So you can always check him out or check out his thoughts sometimes on Faithless Brewing, the podcast that I'm often a host on. And if you see this on the YouTube in the future, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any of my other videos you're interested in, and I will see you there.